Hey there, tweeters and YouTubers, back again to do a review of a movie. I know I haven't done a review in quite some time, but this was special circumstances. Not only am I writing my own books and reading books and watching movies a lot more lately, but I haven't seen a movie in a while, so I was really excited for The Hunger Games. I, of course, read the first book. I have not read books 2 and 3, but I'm pretty sure that's not a requirement. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I would be spoiling some of the movie elements by seeing books 2 and 3. You know, it could be bad news to actually know too much, maybe. So, so I sat down to see my movie, and I was not necessarily disappointed. I saw a movie that I think was maybe an 8 out of 10. 9 and 10 being completely exploiting the book, taking it to the next level, completely thrashing the competition, being the best action movie of the year. As it stands, it really is sort of the black swan of action movies, in that it has so much artistic talent going into it. They're not really willing to give up they're really willing to make a lot of sacrifices on the action side to bring you more on the artistic side, if that makes sense. So you'll see more about the revolution. You'll see more not really necessarily raising the stakes, but sort of isolating you as the audience and making you think of things from different perspectives. The whole Team PETA versus Team Gale thing is played down, which makes me as an audience look at other parts of the movie. So we don't have that, and maybe it's a good thing. They're playing antithesis to the whole Twilight thing. Could possibly bring out more emotion with the characters, maybe possibly concentrate more on Katniss and her relationship with her family. But they didn't really do that either. It was mostly, if I came away with one feeling from the movie, it was that this was a very oppressive time, and this was a very serious time for this world, that takes place in the future. There are little bits that were left out, and I guess that would attribute to what I've just said. Little things like Katniss actually, to provide for her family, she takes what's called a trestle, and these trestles are like bundles of food. On a yearly basis, I think she takes 3 trestles for the three members of her family. And this allows her family to eat better, but at the same time, it puts her name in the lottery for the Battle Royale Hunger Games thing, an additional time for each trestle she takes. And the effect is cumulative, so between the ages of 12 and 18, when she's being submitted for the Hunger Games, she's also so between the ages of 12 and 18, she's also putting herself in 3 times more every year. So it's 3 times and 6 times, then 9 times and 12 times. I don't know. And then whatever else she's doing, I guess the regular 1 time or whatever, by the time she's 16, I don't know if the math quite works out like this, but her name is actually in there 20 times, according to the book. So according to the book, her name is in 20 times, and her sister is in 1 time. So it's actually a little bit confusing how the math works, but the point is, with the thousands and thousands of entries for the Hunger Games for these people, her name is in 20 times, her sister's in once, and then against all odds, and with all these other people against all odds, Prim is chosen. As we all know from the previews, Prim is chosen, and Katniss must take her place. As an older sister, she feels it's her duty. So in this unprecedented moment with the Hunger Games, she takes her place. And besides the fact that she's the older sister and everything, Well, she's been providing for her family by doing illegal hunting with a bow and arrow. This is explained in the book as her skill she was taught by her father, how to hunt with a bow and arrow, and it turns out that she is very, very good. Um, it's sort of depicted pretty well how good she is with the bow and arrow in the movie, but in the end, it is another thing that is played down, um, which is unfortunate because you really want to be taken to the next level. It's not even a matter of wanting to have your cake and eat it too. It's a matter of just wanting to have your cake, and you're not going to have your cake because they're going to play down that aspect. The climactic scene involving the mutts, if you will, is completely salvaged, basically, possibly for the sake of the PG-13 rating. So you're going to be isolated as an audience. You're going to be alienated, and you're going to be basically told to make a decision. Do you like this movie? Is this kind of your thing, or are you just here for thrills? You literally have to make a decision, and whether or not you go one way or the other is going to what this hinges on is whether you're going to enjoy the movie just as a normal movie, or if you're going to think it's the best movie ever. There is no real downside to it. I mean, you're not going to come out of it thinking like this was awful. It's not the Twilight experience. It does have some scenes that are very Twilight-esque. There's a scene where a contestant, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but a contestant disguises himself as a rock. And the ruse is so perfect that you just cannot tell the difference between a rock and this contestant. And to me, that tells me it's going into the sparkling vampire territory and away from the actual movie that I want to see territory. This also, as a side effect of this guy turning himself into a rock, it sort of snowballs into other areas and basically brings down the tension of the scenes quite a bit. So you're left at the end of the movie. You're left with a lot of the emotional drama. There's a linchpin with this girl Katniss and her ability to sacrifice herself and her ability to use the bow and arrow. These two linchpins are what hold the emotional spine, if you will, of the movie together. And yes, you'll cry tears of joy when something good or bad happens, tears of joy or sadness when something good or bad happens. But because these linchpins are not totally secure and in place, because they don't follow the book precisely in some circumstances, they don't even go above and beyond the book as they should in some circumstances. Because these linchpins are not perfectly fastened in place, you're not going to get the hard-hitting movie that you might expect. So there is that. But in the end, it's a very good experience. You're going to like it. You're going to love it. Kids of all ages and adults and grandparents are all going to like it. And it's just, in general, probably one of the better movies of the year. Time will tell whether it's the best action movie of the year or if it's just a really good movie. But it looks good so far. Anyways, I'm glad you all tuned in, and I hope that I find more reasons to sit here and talk to you all in the future. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.